So, Naomi chose Manila. Hey guys, it's your girl Ayesha, and I am dishing up your all-star roundup for week 8. How are we feeling about Manila no longer being in the competition? I'm sorry, what? man, that was the gag. And I don't normally use that phrase, okay, but I was gagged. I wasn't expecting that at all. But anyway, more on that later. If it is your first time here at my channel, then hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the part where I like to talk about all things that are Drag Race related. And of course, I am at the moment reviewing All Stars 4. If you've missed any of these videos, then you can just go ahead and check out the playlist because I have them all listed in there for you. Basically, I'm here for you if you either didn't get a chance to watch the show on time, or if you just couldn't be bothered to watch it for whatever reason and you just want to have just a really quick, well, I say quick, it's normally going to be about 20 minutes. But you know, you want to have just like a little sort of recap, then I'm here for you. I do my best to get my videos out before the next episode airs, but that isn't always the case. But we'll see how we go this week. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So basically, the queens walk into the workroom and they look up and they notice that all of the pictures have changed. It's no longer RuPaul all over the walls. It is in fact Judy Garland. She is everywhere. So they're thinking, okay, obviously this is going to be a Judy Garland related challenge. And of course it was. So basically, they had to make over their best Judy, okay? And I thought this was so sweet. They got either their best friends or their partners to come in. Now, when you're in the Drag Race world, you are on lockdown. You can't talk to anybody from the outside world for the duration of the time that you are there. And, you know, I don't even know if you get any leniency once you've been eliminated, because there is obviously always a chance that you can come back. So, you know, you're probably still stuck in your hotel or your apartment or whatever for however long, but you're just not allowed to talk to anybody. And so, especially if you're in a relationship, that's hard. That's really hard to be away from your partner for so long. And just to not have any connection with the outside world, that's really difficult. So I thought this was a really nice thing for them to do, for them to bring in people who are really like special to them, who mean so much to them. So this was a family resemblance challenge. Now, this can be kind of hard, especially if you are not the same race. I mean, let's face it, you've got Monet X Change, okay, who was paired up with her friend Patty, who basically, in her words, is just white as hell. You know, she's very pasty, and Monet is obviously very chocolatey, and so the two together are like chalk and cheese. There is no resemblance there whatsoever. So, you know, she really did have her work cut out for her, but she didn't actually do too bad. I did think that the makeup was a little bit extra pale. I think maybe just a tad of colour would have been, you know, just a little bit nice, but it was a little bit on the pale side. However, all things considered, she actually didn't do too bad. What I thought was so good though is that everyone's best friends / partners, they were so willing to just do whatever it took to help, you know, the queens win. So if it meant that they had to be tucked to high heaven, you know, then, you know, they were willing to do it. Trinity brought out everything. She brought out spray adhesive, she brought out belts, you know, duct tape, whatever was on hand. She was there and ready, being like, we're gonna get to work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, like they were like shaving off their beards, shaving off their moustaches, shaving off their eyebrows, you know, anything that needed to be done for them to look like proper drag queens, they were willing to do it, and I fully respect that commitment. And I love the fact that they actually got a taste of what it's like to be a proper drag queen. I mean, Manila didn't even have to tuck her husband, but she did, because she's like, I'm gonna make sure that he knows everything that I've got to go through. Damn right. Because what you do is not easy, girl. So in this challenge, they not only had to paint their partners to sort of resemble them, but they also had to like dress them. I don't know whether they used stuff that they already had or if they were actually making the clothes. Actually, by the looks of it, I think they actually may have just sewn them. When I was watching it back, when Latrice and Tim were talking to Rue in the workroom, her material, which is exactly the same as this material here, honey. As you can see, Latrice Royale and I have very similar taste. This is the exact same material. Sorry, I feel like royalty now because Latrice is wearing the same material as me. Anyway, but it just looked like a pile of fabric, as did the red and gold sequin fabric, that was sequin dress that Tim was wearing later. It just looked like just a pile of fabric. So I think, because I know that both of them can sew, so I think that they just made it on the day. If so, that's amazing because Latrice looked fabulous in that dress. And I think as well that Manila and her husband, like those dresses look like they could have just been made on the day as well. But regardless, they had to paint them, dress them, and then they had to choreograph a Judy Garland-esque number to this song about my best Judy. and like perform that. Like, it's a lot. Like, this was a massive challenge. So in terms of the actual like choreography and, you know, dancing to that number and everything, it was actually quite hard for me to judge who I thought was the best first time round because there's so many cuts in it. Because obviously it's hard to show 6 couples doing the same dance over and over and over again. So, you know, editing, you gotta just cut and chop the best bits. So I've watched it a good few times now. So judging from what I've seen, just in order of appearance, I think that Trinity and her partner did really well. As Michelle Visage said, it was quite simple, but it was effective. It would have been really good if her partner had just given a bit more oomph with the lip syncing. I feel that sometimes, and I know that like, I'm not like throwing shade because obviously this isn't what he does, do you know what I mean? But I think sometimes people don't quite listen to not just the words, but just the way that they're being sung when they're lip syncing. So like there's not enough emphasis on certain words or, you know, certain notes that they should be singing, but like in their face. I feel like I'm not explaining this very well. You know what I mean, don't you? Like, you understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, the way that you move in your mouth isn't matching the way that it's coming out in the song. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that could have been tweaked a little bit better. But yeah, I thought, you know, it was simple enough. I liked the moves, and yeah, I thought that they did a pretty decent job. It didn't wow me, but it was all right. I thought that Manila and her husband looked beautiful together. I really, really did. I disagree with what Michelle said about them just looking like distant cousins. I thought that they actually did resemble each other. I think Manila did a pretty good job. Well, not even just a pretty good job, a pretty damn fine job at painting her husband because he looked amazing. I think it was definitely the prettiest out of the whole lot. And yeah, I just liked the chemistry between them when they were performing. So yeah, I did enjoy their performance. I don't think that she deserved to be in the bottom. Now, when I first saw Monet and Patty come out on the stage, that was the first time that I'd really sort of paid attention to how white that she was. But, you know, foundation shade aside, after watching it a good few times, theirs was actually pretty good. And I noticed that they chucked a little time step in there as well, because I didn't notice that at first. This is the problem with me. When I'm watching Drag Race and I'm eating, like, I'm not fully concentrating on it, so I have to watch it a good few times before things actually start to sink in. Also, because I just forget everything the moment that I've seen it, so I have to watch it again and again. I'm still watching it now in between filming this video for you. Allow me. But yeah, so anyway, I thought that theirs was the best because, like, they had really good choreography with actual dance steps. It wasn't just walk over here, walk over there. Like, they had actual dance moves in there. And when I saw them put a little time step in at the end, I was like, okay, that looks pretty good. I mean, you know, a time step is easy, but it's effective if there's more than one person doing it. And I think it was Michelle who screamed out at the end, "Come on, time step!" I was like, yes. Latrice and Tim, they were really, really cute together, but I do agree with the judges that Latrice didn't shine in this one. In fact, it was more Tim who kind of shone. This was definitely Alexis Knight's time to shine. And I know that Latrice obviously wanted Tim to have an amazing time, and you can tell that he did. He was loving it, you know, but maybe at the expense of Latrice shining in a challenge where she really needed to. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because you've been saved once doesn't mean that like you're gonna be here forever. So like, you need to be on top of your game at all times, and I felt that she kind of fell short in this challenge. Also, with the like whole family resemblance thing, I don't think that they looked enough alike. So for me, she was really kind of falling short, but it would have been a better score had she shone more in this section of the challenge. I thought that Naomi and her best Judy did very, very well. I think that she painted her very well, actually. You know, they both looked gorgeous, stunning, and they did look related. So I fully did get the family resemblance. Both serving legs for days, even though everybody was wearing the exact same outfit, but for some reason, theirs just looked leggier. But, you know, they just both were acting like sisters, and I thought that it looked great. As for Monique and her partner, Michelle said that she thought that their routine was a bit messy. I couldn't quite tell just because of all the different cuts and edits and everything, but I did see a hat on the floor, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to be there. So I guess that must be what she means by it was messy. That aside, I thought that they did a pretty good job. And as I said before, Monique painted very, very well. And yeah, I thought that she made a gorgeous woman out of her friend. Okay, so now onto the runway. Can we please just talk about the fact that RuPaul literally looked like she just stepped clean out of that beaded curtain? Oh my goodness. Oh, that silver sequin beaded drapey number was just everything. Oh, just so gorgeous. Nothing more to be said. It was just stunning, beautiful, perfection, goddess. I live. First out on the runway was Latrice and Alexis Knight. As I said before, wasn't too convinced on the family resemblance. I do think that Alexis could have padded a bit better. I wasn't really seeing much sort of hip and thigh action. She looked a bit top heavy in my opinion, which is a shame really, because I think with like a bit more decent padding then she could have really carried this off a bit better. Latrice looked stunning in that dress though. I absolutely adored the dress. Perhaps a different colour wig may have been a little bit better. I'm not sure what colour that I would suggest. I mean, I suppose, you know, them both having blonde hair, you kind of get the resemblance there, but I don't know, I just feel that like that shade of blonde didn't quite go with that blue. Maybe if their dresses were a similar colour as well, or even just matching out of the same material, then that would have helped with the whole resemblance thing, because obviously if you don't look like each other in the face, dress the same. Do you know what I mean? Just make it easier. But yeah, I thought that she still looked beautiful. What I love about this stage is that like they actually get to give their partners drag names as well. So like Alexis Knight, that was, you know, Tim's drag name from 25 years ago when he tried drag one day and then didn't do it again. But right, so Monique came in with her partner. So you have Monique Hart and Shanida Hart. I thought it was a clever play on words. I thought that their costume was actually quite creative. I actually really did quite like it. It was basically two big eyes, two massive eyes on the chest, and they kind of like took it off and swapped eyes, and on their arms they had like spindly bits that looked like mascara, and you know what looked like mascaraed lashes, and they would sort of like wink at the judges with them. Like, it was just really, really clever. I thought it was really cool. And like the bottom of the dresses, like when they were standing together, it looked like a pair of lips. Like, there was a lot of thought that went into that. And I mean, if that was made during this challenge, which I would imagine it was, props to them for doing that, you know. But the thing is, Monique has always been a crafty queen, you know, so like she knows what she's doing. I thought that was really innovative. I really enjoyed that. Okay, next up we've got Manillaaaaaaa Luzon and I Your Wife Luzon. I don't know about the name. I Your Wife? I Your Wife? I'm Your Wife? Is that what it's supposed to be? I Your Wife Luzon. Am I not saying it right? I Your Wife Luzon. Oh, I don't know. It just didn't really sound great to me. Anyway, so their costume was based on a deck of cards. The queens in particular. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Manilla's goddess outfit that I wasn't too crazy about, and I thought looked a little bit costumey for me. And Carson said the same about this outfit, how it looked a little bit kind of costumey. And he's right, you know, it was a little bit lackluster for Manila. You know, she normally goes all out. Which is what I was expecting. Naomi Smalls and Extra Smalls. I love the name, Extra Smalls. I was very impressed by this. I love that they both came down as Cher, and then all of a sudden, Naomi turned into Sunny. Like, I was totally feeling that. At first, because I heard in the workroom like I was there. But like she was saying that she's gonna be doing some boy drag, and at first I thought, ooh, that's a little bit risky, but she was really, really good. And in fact, this might even be the first time that she's been covered up on the runway, because normally it's just legs, legs, legs. And this is the thing, she did what she did the unexpected. We expected to just see pure leg from her constantly every single week, and she covered up this week, you know, and she was funny. Up next, we've got Trinity the Tuck and Indigo the Tuck, and I have to say, they definitely do look related in like every possible way. The hair, the face, like the clothing was basically the same. So yeah, they were twinning, definitely. They could either be sisters. I'm about to say mother and daughter. I wouldn't go that far to say mother and daughter, but they could definitely be sisters for real. I think that the actual outfits did look very couture, you know, very Versace, and yeah, it looked expensive. It did look really good. Like, looking at that, I thought, did she bring that already made? Monet X Change and Patty Cash. Now, I know that doesn't sound right coming from me because I'm English, and so therefore my accent doesn't do the name justice, but you know, it's obviously a play on petty cash or petty cash. Petty cash, patty cash. I don't know. My accents are awful at the moment. You have to forgive me. But anyway, so family resemblance, didn't really see it at first, but I've had to look deeper just because they're complete polar opposite. So like I've had to look deeper. So I did. The hair looks similar. The ass was similar. They both got a big ass, but also their attitude was similar, and I think that's what kind of helped to carry them through this. Looks wise, I would do anything to have what Monet was wearing. That was sickening. Like, oh my goodness, I could not stop talking about her outfit. I just wish that she had more of the shiny gold sequins showing rather than the dull sequins. You know what I'm saying? See, like with this jacket, like I have a choice, right? I can have this jacket just be like a kind of dark blue, you know, and just be done with it. No, that is not the way that I roll. It's got to be shiny, shiny, bling, 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 all in your face all day, every day. That's how I roll. That's what I wanted to see. So the top two queens were Naomi and Monet, which means that we get treated to another amazing lip sync from Naomi. Oh my goodness. Right, now listen, you guys know already that I love me some Monet, alright? I do love Monet. However, I could not take my eyes off of Naomi. She was hilarious. She was so stupid. She was just going on so dumb, and I was living for it. Absolutely living for it. Monet was giving it the Latrice doing Natural Woman vibes, where she's just kind of just like staying in one place, staying nice and serene, kept together, and performing the song as it probably should be performed. You know, if she was on stage in a theatre doing that, that's probably how it would have been done, with the nice golden confetti coming out of the umbrella at the end. Wonderful. However, when you're going up against somebody who is pulling out all the most ridiculous moves ever, dropping down and getting her eagle on, some of those moves, honestly, like, have me in absolute stitches. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you just have to just give it to Naomi. She was fabulous. Girl got $10,000 for doing that foolishness, okay? But it meant that she had to send somebody home. Now, this is where I got gagged, because if we're trying to play a fair game, which is what she said, she's like, you know, we're trying to play a fair game here, blah, blah, blah. You know, everyone's agreeing to do it all on, like, you know, report cards or whatever. If you're trying to be fair, then you know that Latrice needs to go home, okay? She fell short in this challenge. She's been in the bottom, what, however many times? Was it 2, 3 times? She was eliminated and then got brought back, you know. But judging on this challenge alone, Manila didn't deserve to go. I think that this was Latrice's time to go. But because Latrice saved her ass last week, that's why she kept her. That's not fair. That's not playing a fair game at all, really. And also, as well, to top it off, Manila was the one who gave her the moustache for her to be Sonny in the first place. And she's just like, thanks for the moustache. I'm sending your ass home. What? So there you have it, lovelies. That is the end of your All-Star Roundup for week 8. Do you agree? Do you agree that Latrice and Manila were in the bottom 2? Do you agree that it was Manila who got booted out? Do you agree that it was Naomi who won the lip sync? Actually, why is that even a question? Naomi blatantly won that lip sync. If you enjoyed this video, then please do make sure you give it a big fat thumbs up. And of course, if you love my content and you want to see more and you want to make sure that you are notified, then hit the subscribe button. And yeah, help me get on the road to 600. We just passed 500 subscribers just the other day. So I am like super duper over the moon right about now. Full steam ahead. Let's go. Let's get to 600 and let's do it together. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful week and I'll see you all soon. Mwah. Bye.